Hey everybody, I'm Gary. I met Charlie about 9 months ago, and you know he's done a lot for me personally. I can kind of go into a backstory, but ultimately, Charlie has been there through a lot of things, through coaching me to helping me personally get through a layoff, learning high ticket sales, trying to take care of a family, things like that. He's always been there and helped me keep pushing forward. Something he did extremely amazing that he did for me was that I kind of got in a slump after my first high ticket offer I was on. I was a closer. The offer was, seemed like it was really good, and ultimately it ended a few days after I started. Of no fault of my own, but regardless of that, I kind of went into a dark, spiral almost to just shut everything out. And Charlie was always there checking on me to like, hey, you got to get back into trainings. You got to keep moving. You got, you can't stop now. You've got so much momentum. You got so much potential. You have all this knowledge and background and everything like that he's like, you got to keep moving. And personally for me, that, I mean, that's where it's got me today, is because of Charlie, is why I am where I am today. And why he stands out as a coach to me is like, he teaches people in a different way. I looked at the program I was in that Charlie was coaching me on, and I don't think that program would be what it is today, or it isn't at this point, because Charlie isn't there. And I think Charlie was able to really teach me and other people in that group how to be ourselves, but do sales and in a way that is more conversational based. And I feel like that was lacking in a lot of programs I looked at. I didn't know really what I was getting into, and then I met Charlie and I was like, man, dude, I can learn so much from this man. He just knows exactly what to do and how to say things, and his tonality and all that is just so, natural that, you can just sit there and listen to him for hours, just talk and teach. And, he gets so much pride out of it because he knows that he is impacting so many lives. And, you know, beyond, you know, what he's done for me in my personal life and coaching, he's just ultimately a good person. He works himself to death to make sure other people are taken care of, and we have socials every week that we can jump on and talk about anything we want to and talk about how our weeks went. And that sales social has grown me. I've built connections there that last a lifetime. But I mean, honestly, Charlie alone, dude, I mean, we talk a couple times a week still to this day, even though I've known him for 9 months. And I think that really I can't thank him enough for everything he has done for me in this space and me personally, because without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. I've landed multiple different offers and I've been able to learn a ton, and he keeps pushing me every day to be the best version of myself. And I think me and him think a lot alike in some ways. So it does help that we have a good relationship that way. But you're never going to find another coach like him. It's almost like therapy. I mean, really, it is, because he just can talk in a way, in a tonality that just makes people understand. And I feel like people learn from him so much quicker than they can some of these other coaches that are just teaching a standard cookie cutter type program to get into high ticket sales. And, you know, giving Charlie a shot to teach you is going to be the one of the best decisions of your life. I mean, you can't go wrong with him. And I honestly, I'm not one to do testimonials or anything like that, but for Charlie, I would do anything, because that man has impacted me more than probably anybody in my life, including my own parents. So, um, if you have any questions or anything like that, I'm here to answer those about Charlie, because he is an awesome person.